Today I'm going to be smoking a rack of spare ribs for Courtney's birthday. It's a beautiful day to smoke, and I just thought I'd share with you how I do it and what I use.
Well, the roosters are crowing, gotta rise and shine. Daylight's a burning, ain't got a lot of time. When the day is over and the work's all done, we'll sing and dance and have a little fun.
So I actually have a Members Mark hybrid grill. Half of it is propane, half of it is charcoal, and it has an infrared burner on the end. This one, you can see my charcoal grill, I have it set up. I use it mostly as a smoker, and you can see this is a solid plate of steel that I've had made from work. The joys of living off of a highway. Anyway, I have it set up as a two-stage smoker. Indirect heat. I will end up putting the hot coals, which I don't use coal, I actually use lump hardwood, all natural lump hardwood, charcoal. Yeah, that way I don't have all the chemicals that they may use to make it into a briquette and all that. No automatic lighter fluid. Anyway, I'll put all the coals as far as I can on the right side underneath this plate so that the full force of the heat from the coals doesn't cook my meat to begin with. I haven't cleaned this yet. I will clean it before I get the ribs on. And then I will use two pans here to add humidity. I'll put a pan directly underneath the meat full of water to catch the drippings and to add steam. It'll keep the meat nice and moist. And then I'll put another pan of water below or next to the coals so that, again, it adds more humidity to it. For my smoke, to add the smoke flavor, I actually use hickory chips sourced right here from our land. This is a shagbark hickory. I know you can't see it, but I'll pick up a piece. This is a piece of shagbark hickory that is nice and very dried out. I'll use that. I'll add that to the coals to get a nice smoky hickory smoked flavor. I've currently got some soaking. I know some people say to soak, some people do not. I use it, I soak mine typically just to keep from flare-ups from happening directly. That way I don't overheat the meat. Again, spare ribs and pork butts are very forgiving, luckily. As I get ready to smoke, the chimney starter is what I typically go for. I do not use lighter fluid or any chemical thing to get it started, so what I do is start out with some sort of easy to burn material. I have some unbleached cardboard in there now, and then I take my charcoal and fill it up to my desired height in here, and then you catch the paper on fire below it, and it starts the charcoal, and in about 15 to 20 minutes your charcoal is ready to put on the grill. Very simple and very nice alternative to lighter fluid or briquettes that require or that have the lighter fluid in them. This way we don't have any added chemicals to our diets. So to light my paper, I use a propane torch. I've got this off of Amazon. It's very handy. It's a Bernzomatic. It has an automatic trigger, so all I have to do is turn on the fuel, unlock the trigger, and pull it, and it lights. I can let off the trigger, it goes out. Pull the trigger, it lights. You don't have to carry a lighter around to light this, so it's very easy. All I have to do is, again, pull the trigger, starts it. You can see my paper is starting to burn now. And I usually go around and at least light it on two different sides. The good thing I like about using the propane torch is, as you can see, it is a windy day, but with the torch I don't have to worry about it. The wind's not going to blow out my torch like a conventional lighter. So now, in about 10 to 15 minutes, this charcoal will be ready to put on the grill. You can see my charcoal is almost ready to go, my lump hardwood, whatever. It's starting to turn white. around the edges. So I'm probably going to go ahead and dump that in and let it continue to heat up in the grill. That way it heats up the grill, and then I can bring my wire brush in here and clean up this grill before I put the meat on. Now I have the grill cleaned up, ready for the meat. I'm not finished yet. As you can see, these are quite rusty, but that's okay because the meat never actually touches the steel plate or the grating here. Put the ribs up on the stainless section to keep it away from the meat. It gets good smoke flow through there. So that's why I'm not taking extra precaution in getting the metal off or seasoning it, or getting the rust off and getting the metal seasoned. So now I'm going to add my catch pan here, the one below it, and then I'll put the rack of ribs up here. Here is the final setup. I have the beautiful rack of ribs here. I have saline bathed in them. I put them in salt last night, and then I put a rub on them this morning, and I let them heat up to room temperature before I put them on the rack here. I will rotate those so that it gets an even heating on here. All I have left to do now is to add the wood chips to the coals down here to add smoke. The first 2 hours is the most important time to get smoke on it. Basically, after 2 hours, all the smoke that you can get in it is already there. So I only add wood chips or wood chunks to the coals for the first 2 hours. I come out every 30 minutes and add wood chips to it to keep smoke to it. I'm out here for my 30-minute checkup. Just added some more wood chips to the ribs, and as you can see, out of nowhere, it's clouded up and the wind's blowing, so hopefully it doesn't rain. But I'm gonna keep smoking as long as I can. That is the good thing about smoking, is you can do that outdoors, and then as long as you get your smoke on, you could always take it indoors and put it in the oven. But right now my ribs are holding steady at about 250 degrees Fahrenheit. So we'll continue doing that, and just hopefully the rain blows over. Here's the ribs after about an hour and a half. They're starting to perk up nicely. I'm gonna go make a glaze to start basting these in as I finish it out. And here we are, about an hour and a half before these will be ready to take off. You can see that I am glazing them with a special glaze that I make, and it makes it really sweet and tangy. We rarely use any barbecue sauce with this recipe. This is the final product. I've let it sit for 15 minutes wrapped tightly in aluminum foil. The glaze is nice and sticky, ready to rip into, and I gotta tell you, my mouth is literally watering while I'm filming this. So now I've cut them up, and you can see the pink smoke ring from where I smoked it. And this is juicy, mouth-watering, delicious Southern style spare ribs.